Namaste and welcome to Sacred Sunday Sadhana. I am in the release part of my moon cycle and I just don't want to be on camera. I still want to spend this sacred time with you. And the very first thing I want to talk about is how powerful words truly are. And I've recently given a lot of thought to why women call their bleeding portion of the moon cycle their period. And I feel like we do it so that we make it more comfortable for everyone else. We make it comfortable for the men and children in our lives by calling the very thing that gives life to other human beings. We call this our period. We just reduce it to a period of time on a calendar. When really, without any exaggeration at all, we are bleeding from our vaginas. So it might sound shocking to hear, but that's just the truth of what's happening. This is something very beautiful and natural, and it happens every 28 or so days. And I think that women need to honor themselves and honor that time of the moon cycle, honor that part of the moon cycle, the shedding of the uterus lining, and just really own it and let people know that it's a time where you need to rest. It's not a time to do a whole lot of physical work. It's just a time to rest. So this is one of my daughter's paintings. Let's look at a poem for the next part. The next thing I wanted to talk about on this Sacred Sunday Sadhana is that it's so wonderful to surround yourself with things that inspire you. So I have so many beautiful pieces of art all over my walls that my children have made, that my friends have made, a couple that I have made. And I'm also a big fan. I'm a huge sucker for poetry. So I've written some of my favorite poems and I just have them hanging around the house. So maybe in your sacred Sunday Sadhana for yourself today, maybe you can write down just one poem that you love, transcribe it and hang it on your wall. Earlier this morning, I was on a Zoom call with Don Miguel Ruiz and his sons, Don Miguel Jr. and Don Jose Jr., or Don Jose Ruiz. And it was so fantastic. I'm doing an apprenticeship with the Ruiz family, just learning to step into authenticity and to hold on to and share what's real. And really the only thing that's real is love. You can only take with you that which is real, and the only thing you can really take with you is love when you transition from this life into the great beyond. And this morning, so many different beautiful topics were mentioned, but one that I really resonated with was just remembering that forgiveness is something that we do for ourselves. We forgive everyone that's ever hurt us. And we do that because we love ourselves so much that we no longer want to hurt ourselves by thinking of what happened and when. And then after we forgive everyone for everything, then we forgive ourselves for allowing ourselves to be hurt by the domestication of others. Another thing that really stuck with me today, again, I'm just going to mention in the Zoom call with Don Miguel Ruiz, like I can't get over how awesome it is that I have the opportunity to be a part of this apprenticeship. But another thing that really stuck out for me today, that really sat with me was, most of us are not living in a monastery, we're not living in an ashram, we're not living in a place surrounded by people who are also doing the work. In fact, we're living, among amongst everyone that's still dreaming. It's kind of like being the only sober person at a party where everyone is drunk. If you're doing the work and you've removed your mask of domestication and you're authentic in your own expression and you know who you really are, it's one thing to be at an ashram or a monastery and be surrounded by people who are also doing the work and holding space for you to do your own work. But reality in this world really is when we are not in those situations, but rather surrounded by family and friends and coworkers and the public. And we realize that, we can't resent them for the way that they are. We can't resent them for their own domestication. We can't resent them for being drunk at the party or for being asleep. And we have chosen to stay at the party, so to speak, because the people we love are here. So, rather than getting irritated when they may not be able to see us beyond the domestication that they are projecting onto us, instead of getting irritated by that, we can just accept, just have an awareness that they are still asleep, and we don't feel any kind of pity for them because of that. It's completely their choice, and we honor and respect that, and we honor and respect them. And then we love ourselves by just accepting and allowing things to be exactly as they are. These are some magnets that were given to me very playfully by a man who loves me. And so when I see them, they're Adventure Time. That's like my favorite cartoon. And they're in the style of tarot, which is really cool and special to me. But also, I just love that he gave those to me. And so seeing them in my kitchen just makes me feel seen and supported and understood. And it's very playful. So I invite you to sit with forgiveness, with acceptance, with the power of words. And just step into whatever it is that you need on this Sunday. I'll be back on camera next Sunday with a new topic, engaging. I honor and appreciate you, and I respect you right where you are. Namaste.